Hello Star Wars fans and toy fanatics, Steve back here with you friends. It is Tuesday, January 27, 2015. And as always my friends, thank you so much for joining me today as we look at some more Star Wars action figure goodness. As for today's video, we're going to focus on the new Star Wars Rebels Mission Series 2-packs. This is number 7 in the series. We have Wullffwarro and Wookie Warrior. Pretty cool 2-pack. It's always nice to add some more Wookiees to your collection. And these guys are pretty decently done with only a few minor complaints. But before we get into all that, let's take a look at the box. They come in really quickly for you. Again, this is in the new Star Wars Rebels Mission Series packaging here. You do have Wullffwarro there. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I have no idea. Of course, we have the Hasbro and Disney logos on the bottom with the Star Wars Rebels sticker on front. Another Star Wars Rebels sticker XD on the side with this guy doesn't even get a name, he's just called Wookie Warrior, which I guess is pretty cool, I guess. On the back of the box is more figures of this assortment here. Looking forward to sharing these guys with you in the very, very near future, so please stay tuned for those guys. A little bit of the text if you'd like to read that. And a nice shot on the back of the box from these guys are actually from episode, the very first Spark of the Rebellion DVD episode, I do believe, with these guys make their first appearance, which is very cool. Now, as far as the figures are concerned, nothing too much to write home about on these guys. Slightly disappointed because there was no accessories involved with these guys. Just straight figure. The mold itself is, pretty decently done. You do have some nice textures and a very nice head sculpt there. As far as that's concerned, I just wish these guys would have came with some kind of weapon or something, because these guys don't come with anything. Again, these guys are only 5 points of articulation though, so not too much on that front. But the sculpt is pretty cool. There's some decent paint applications. Very nice head sculpt. I just wish they would have came with some accessories, which would have made it probably this figure even more better. I'm pretty sure these guys might be the peg warming assortment of this lot here, so it shouldn't be too much hard to find these guys at your local retail shelves. But nonetheless, a very easily recommendation for anybody's Star Wars collection. Let's take a look at Wullffwarro. I guess that's the right way to pronounce his name. He's a little bit thicker as far as the mold is concerned. He's got a little bit of a different paint scheme, but nonetheless a very cool looking figure. He's got a nice little grimace on his face there, and we're always got a nice little bracelet or shoulder arm band, I should say, with some decent silver paint applications on that. Again, the mold itself is pretty cool. It's just lack of accessories. It's the only thing that really hurts these guys, in my opinion, because it would probably been that much cooler if they would have gave us a little something more than nothing, I suppose. But overall, very decent, very cool, and a nice recommendation for anybody's Star Wars collection, especially if you're into Star Wars Rebels like I am. A very cool series, and you can't go wrong with that series. So, highly recommended, and pretty cool. My DVD recommendation of the day is none other than an Appleseed here, a fantastic sci-fi movie. If you're into Appleseed or any kind of anime, I highly recommend this film. Recommended viewing this week. Very, very cool. There's been plenty of movies on Appleseed in previous years, I should say. But still, a very cool and highly recommended viewing this week. So if you haven't had a chance to check this out, very, very cool and highly recommended. Now, a couple of things I did pick up at Walmart I should share with you really quick. I'm not into Hot Wheels, and do I plan to be collecting those, but I did see these at Walmart for 97 cents a piece, and I figured 97 cents, that's a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and picked them all up. These are going to be staying on the package as far as I'm concerned, but still, this is a new hope here. I do like the whole packaging, which makes it very cool. The cars themselves are nothing to write home about, but I just enjoy the packaging. I think it's pretty cool, and this is a New Hope here represented here. This one actually doesn't even have it's hard to tell, but it does have a pilot in the car, which most of these don't even have pilots, which is very cool. This is a motor blade there. This is Empire Strikes Back here, and a pretty cool Rebel vehicle there. Again, the packaging is what it's all about for me, and this would actually display very nicely in my opinion. This is a Spectite, pretty cool looking. And we have Return of the Jedi represented here. This is probably one of my favorites here. Very cool looking vehicle there. Nicely done. Again, the packaging is what's all about here. Very, very cool. Again, these guys are only 97 cents a piece, so I couldn't resist. It's a pretty good deal. Now we do have Phantom Menace here represented, of course. Geronimo. Awesome. Of course, we have Attack of the Clones here also. That's kind of a dragster-esque vehicle on that one. Pretty cool. And of course, we have Revenge of the Sith, which is another dragster-esque type vehicle. Again, I just really got these because of the packaging on front. Very, very cool, in my opinion. And I'm not looking to get the other Hot Wheels because I'm not really interested in those. I just figured, 97 cents, man, you can't beat that. Of course, we have Star Wars Rebels represented as well. A very nice looking dragster. Not too bad. And then we have one of my favorites is the Brutalistic from the Clone Wars. A very cool, nice looking vehicle. Again, I'm not really into collecting Hot Wheels or anything, but I just couldn't pass up this deal, Can't beat 97 cents, friends. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you out there, and I do want to say I just passed 1,000 subscribers, which is an awesome thing. And I want to say thank you so much, man. It really does make me so happy, man. And people are actually enjoying and corresponding, and that's what it's all about, man. The Star Wars community is a wonderful thing, and I do appreciate all the support, my friends. So until next time, I will be back with some more Star Wars reviews, action figure reviews. Hopefully you can get my Sideshow figure review done here very soon. I'm still waiting on that, so we'll get that done coming up very shortly. And of course, more Star Wars Rebels and Saga line figures to come. And of course, Black Series and all that other good stuff as well. So stay tuned for all that good stuff, and I do appreciate all you, my friends. Until next time, as always, happy hunting, and I will see you all very, very soon.